this damage occurred to the vehicle. As a result of this damage, we've realized that the bonnet can no longer take the number of weapons that it usually will take. However, Baba will just do a quick demo for you and then we'll return back to base. Baba, enter your motor, open your door, open your bonnet, and come and put the gun. What do they call gun for us? You put bindiga in a bonnet. Chicken bonnet. Leave him. Yo, wow. Yeah.
I got to see this to take over. You have 3 years.
That's a bit. Leave him. Look your back. You're not going to enter. Because of what? Because of touch it, tell them.
Because of this accident.
Okay. There is a weapon already. There is a weapon already neatly concealed here. Baba just told us that because of this push dent in, that he might not take further weapons. But Baba, how many guns? How many bindiga? Did they enter here? I mean, talking for English. 4. So you carry 4 guns. Where you don't carry gun go before? Somebody should be in tap.
Yawa ga mana ina da ina ka tsafta
Like this, the cameras.
Na dauko da kai salu zuwa ikon soja. Sannan na sake dauko a har waya na dauko da kai salu zuwa ikon. Amma mutanen da nake dauko mun Fulani daji. Idan na dauko musu mun je a hanya inda suke ajewa sun dauko na dauko na kawo musu a hanyar daji na sauke musu bayan
Baba said he has conveyed this weapon severally along Ifon, his Sonlu axis, and that the people he conveys the weapons for are mostly nomadic Fulanis. That his role is simply to take the arms from one point to the other where they need it, that they will come out from the bush, take delivery of the weapons and continue with whatever purpose they want to use them for.
Ask him how much do they pay for it?
They pay him 250,000 naira for every delivery.
Thank you.
You ever see a video and your first question is, how did this happen? Who is involved? And what does it say about security where we live? That is exactly where we start today, a short clip that has been making the rounds online showing an elderly man allegedly moving an AK-47 to a group described as Fulani herdsmen for use in a kidnapping operation. I began by tracking the footage and the reporting around it so we can tell you clearly what we know, what we don't, and why you should care. If you like this kind of reporting, please hit the like button and subscribe now, and I'll remind you again as we go. The video itself is straightforward and unnerving. It shows a man, reportedly about 60 years old, demonstrating to security personnel, or to a camera, how he hides and transports a rifle, an AK-47, inside a vehicle or container before delivering it to a group on the move. Clips with similar captions have surfaced on YouTube, Instagram, and other social platforms in the last day, with small local channels and social pages reposting the footage and adding local context. Because viral clips can be deceptive, the first rule is verification. Where did this clip originate, who posted it first, and are there official statements from police or local authorities? Right now the primary sources circulating are social postings and short-form videos uploaded to news pages and channels. So what can we confirm? Multiple short videos and reels with the same theme and similar footage have appeared across platforms in the past 24 hours, suggesting either the clip is being reshared widely or journalists are sampling the same local footage. That does not by itself confirm the full narrative. For example, whether the weapons were intended specifically for a kidnapping, whether the men receiving them were actually herders by profession, or whether the man in the clip was complicit beyond being a transporter. But the repetition of the clip and the local commentary attached to it have already pushed this from a single local incident into a wider conversation about how weapons move in some parts of Nigeria. It's important to put this into context. Kidnapping for ransom and armed banditry have been growing problems across wide swathes of Nigeria for years now. Large-scale abductions and repeated attacks on highways and communities in the north and parts of the south have created profitable markets for ransom payments and a demand for weapons. Established reporting shows that armed groups have been able to operate with surprising freedom in some pockets, and that the availability of weapons, both locally made and smuggled, fuels these crimes. This recent clip needs to be read against that broader pattern. A single weapon delivery becomes dangerous when there is a steady pipeline of guns and people willing to use them. At the same time, we should guard against quick stereotyping. The label Fulani has been attached to a variety of incidents in Nigerian discourse, sometimes accurately and sometimes not. Herdsmen is an occupational term, not a crime label. Some voices within communities insist that genuine pastoralists do not carry sophisticated weapons like AK-47s, and that criminal groups sometimes pose as herders to hide among seasonal migrations. The footage circulating now is being used by some commentators to reinforce pre-existing narratives. That's why responsible reporting must separate what we see on video from assumptions about identity. Ask yourself, does the video show verified members of a known group, or does it only show a handover of weapons? In many of the social posts I traced, the clip is presented as proof of a direct supply chain to Fulani herdsmen without independent verification of the recipients' identities. There is also an important law and order angle. If security agencies can intercept weapon suppliers, or if communities can identify and report transporters, that can break cycles of violence. Some local stations and pages that uploaded this clip say security operatives detained the man or are investigating further. Others simply posted the footage with dramatic captions. I found at least one report claiming security forces have arrested a suspect in connection with similar arms transport activity and are probing links to kidnappings. We should treat such claims as leads that still require official confirmation. Has a formal charge been filed? Have authorities produced a statement or an inventory of recovered weapons? Until we have that paperwork or a verified police brief, the video remains an alarming piece of evidence but not a full case file. Let's talk consequences for ordinary Nigerians. First, people traveling on highways close to zones where herders and bandit groups operate should remain vigilant. When a clip like this spreads, it increases fear but it also provides a public service. Neighbors and travelers become more watchful and report suspicious movements. Second, there's the danger of communal backlash. Videos alleging that a particular community is supplying arms risk stoking reprisals and vigilante attacks. We have seen instances where unverified accusations led to mob violence. That's a real risk that must be avoided through careful verification and public messaging by both media and local leaders. So, please, like this video, subscribe, and if you see suspicious activity, report it to local authorities rather than take the law into your own hands. Now, what about supply chains? The AK-47 is a widely used rifle across many conflict zones. It can be smuggled, stolen, or purchased through illicit markets. The clip raises two practical questions: who financed the purchase, and who handles the logistics? In some areas, criminal networks use older members or those less likely to attract attention to move goods. The footage's focal point, an older man, fits a pattern investigators sometimes report, using seemingly inconspicuous couriers to avoid checkpoint scrutiny. That's why intelligence work must follow financial and social networks, not only the physical handovers we sometimes see on video. As a journalist, I also checked how mainstream outlets are framing this. Larger outlets tend to pair such viral footage with official statements, either from police, local government, or the military. Smaller channels often post the clip with sensational headlines and minimal background. That difference matters because viewers who receive the story only through short clips may miss the nuance. When you watch online, look for names, dates, locations, and statements from security agencies. If those are absent, the clip needs caution. If you want to stay informed, follow verified newsrooms and the verified account of local police or the state government. And yes, please hit like and subscribe to support accurate reporting. There are also human stories behind each weapon. Kidnapping survivors and family members of victims tell us the trauma is real: loss of income, shattered schooling, and a constant fear of ransom demands. When a video shows a weapon being delivered, remember there are families on both sides. Those who have lost loved ones and those whose young men may have been recruited into criminality. Community leaders and youth organizations have a role to play in prevention, offering economic alternatives, strengthening local conflict resolution mechanisms, and cooperating with security agencies to report suspicious movements. If you're listening and you run a community group, this is the moment to organize safe reporting channels. And if this is helpful, like, share, and subscribe so more people hear this. What should authorities do now? First, publicly confirm any arrest and be transparent about evidence so the public can trust official steps. Second, investigate the supply chain, follow money, phone records, vehicle movements, and the social networks that connect suppliers and users. Third, strengthen community policing efforts that protect, rather than alienate, ordinary herders and farmers. Heavy-handed or broad-based arrests risk targeting innocent people and will damage community cooperation, which is crucial for intelligence gathering. The footage should spur both investigation and measured public messaging from the police and state governments. A word on verification for viewers: when you see a clip like this, check 3 things before sharing. 1. Look for an original uploader with an identifiable location or timestamp. 2. Search for official statements from police or the state government about arrest or investigations. 3. Cross-check the clip with trustworthy media reports to see if independent journalists have corroborated the details. If those 3 boxes aren't ticked, share with caution. If you do share, add a note that the claim is still being verified. And yes, smash that like and subscribe button if you find these verification tips useful. Finally, what to watch for next? Official briefings from the state police or military in the affected area, follow-up reporting by credible national outlets that either confirm arrest or debunk claims, and any community responses that may escalate or calm tensions. If police publish a statement, that will be the clearest next step toward accountability. Until then, treat the footage as a serious lead that needs formal confirmation. I keep tracking the story and bring verified updates. Meanwhile, please like, share responsibly, and subscribe so we can reach more people with verified news.